Hello everyone, this is Tracy Newman from the Navigator's Tarot, here to bring you some Divine Feminine reading. We'll have a look and see what's going on. Got, the Princess of Staves, so the Princess of Wands is coming through. Beautiful card to start off with, like a Guinevere type energy at the moment. The Divine Feminine has really come into a state of peace and unconditional love for herself. This energy is actually quite selfish in a way that others would see it, but in reality it isn't. It's like literally she needs to bring that energy back to herself. Now the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, sitting there with her pentacles, she's abundant. She has the other feminines around her at this time. And then look at this, the Queen of Pentacles. So she's quite abundant at the moment. She has everything she needs. We do have the Seven of Wands, so there is like a little bit of a battle within, but it's really nothing dramatic. It's more about, you know, the feminine is always wanting to basically give to others, but this is like, and this is a bit of a battle really, because it's kind of like she's being told not to so much. She's being told to bring that energy back to herself. And these eclipse energies have actually precipitated that. Plus the other energies of the Mercury retrograde. So any kind of self-worth issues that the feminine has had from the past, these are now being, she now has to deal with those energies and bring it back to herself and find the love that she has for herself, that unconditional love she has for herself. Movement forward. And the Nine of Wands. So we have the movement card, which is literally the Chariot card, which is in the environment. So this is literally about the more energy that we take back from others and give it to ourselves, the more we'll be able to sort of like move forward into away from chaotic energies into peace and stillness and into what we're going to maybe sort of like, what I feel like we're going to create in our new world. We've got to come back to self. We've got to come back to self so that we can actually give that unconditional love to ourselves and not give it continually away to others. And this is the card transformation. As we do that, we begin to transform our whole entire lives. The feminine is really detaching. That's what the feminine is doing. She's detaching. She's detaching a lot from the 3D matrix world. She's actually now moved. She's literally opened the door. The door is open wide into this new world. And she has the ability to open that door and to create once she has opened that door. And it's literally about calling back our energy from that which no longer serves us. And for a lot of the feminines, it's literally about calling that energy back to the self, not giving constantly to something that is not going to sustain us in any way. We have to, on an emotional level, on an intellectual level, whatever that is for everybody. It's allowing that transformation. It's literally about going with the flow and allowing these energies to transform us into something which is going to be so much more loving and kind. And so that's what we're now moving into, and away from chaos, pretty much, which is part of that 3D matrix world, which we no longer wish to be a part of. The feminine has had enough. Yeah, this is the card of oppression. We've literally had enough. But we also need to see where we have oppressed ourselves. But we're coming out of that now, because we've now opened the door to the new earth. Everyone else shall follow, but we now have the capacity to move in there independently and leaving what no longer serves us, leaving that behind and moving away from all of this energy of hurt and betrayal and loss. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, it's interesting, the masculine got this too, the card of the magician. But the magician has all the tools that is needed to move forward, and both the masculine and the feminine now are moving into some greater sense of balance because they have the tools and it's within. Everything on our outer world really cannot help us. It's literally about going within, finding those tools that we need to transform our lives. King of Wands, which is fast-moving energy, but also very stable energy, very charismatic, the King of Wands is, and the Queen of Cups. So still being very loving and kind, but not giving. It's more about keeping our energy within and not giving too much where we're needed. Like, we will be called upon when we are needed, but at this time we're being asked to conserve our energy and bring it back home to us. And that's exactly what we will do, and just contemplate and look out, make some plans as to what it is we want to see in our world and what it is we wish to create. Because we're now moving out of, I say, the Kali Yuga and into different energies. I don't know much about that stuff, but I did read that the other day. And so we are literally moving out of that one state of being into another, and all of us can feel it. I'd be very surprised if no one was feeling this, because this is energy, and it is quite a big energy, because it's literally the energy of transformation. And once again, movement, as I said before, this will move us into a greater sense of lightness of being. Tradition, moving away from these traditional, sometimes, okay. This is literally about moving away from traditional aspects that have kept us back into the 3D matrix. A lot of the traditional world that we lived in is now no longer relevant for where we are moving to. So it's about letting a lot of that go that does not, and sacrificing that, because that's literally the card of death. And putting that to death, a lot of that to death, so that we can create something greater and much more new and in alignment with where we are all at, or where we're going to. Justice. And it's, I'm moving away from temptations, moving away from the 3D matrix, coming into, if you are a feminine and greater sense of unconditional love. If you're a feminine at the moment, calling back her energy, take some time out with friends. Take some time out with other girlfriends. Because, it's a very singular type of energy, and but also to a very loving, kind type of energy and courageous type of energy. This is about transformation. I've always said that the feminine this year will be reaching out to other feminines and finding comfort and joy and gratitude with other feminines, because we're going to need to support each other as we move through these difficult times into something greater and much more user-friendly than what we've been used to. So the masculine and the feminine this week have really shifted and moved forward from those eclipse energies, which is fantastic to see, into a more aligned way of being with the divine. Okay. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. I shall see you anon. Bye for now.